again. At this point we know what a segment is all about, and it's time to speak about the different segmentation levels we can find out. If I have to represent it to you graphically, the different segmentation levels, we are going to come up with a continuum with two extremes. In one of the streams, we are going to have what we call the mass market, and on the other stream, we're going to have what we call the segment on one. And in between the two extremes, we will have the market segmentation and the different pool of market segments we can find out. And actually, as we move away from the mass market and get closer and closer to the segments on one, what's going to happen is that the size of the segments are going to become smaller and smaller. And when we speak about very small segments, this is what we call niche marketing. We are addressing very, very limited markets, which are called niches. And finally, the mass marketing is taking place when we address a general market without introducing any segmentation. When does it make sense? Well, when we deal with a market that has very, very homogeneous preferences, then the differences among those segments pretty small. Actually, what's happening today is that we find less and less of this marketing approach. It's actually based on the assumption that we will attain significant economies of scale that will eventually push down our unit cost and commercialization cost, and eventually this will lead to a boost in our profits. This is a strategy, for instance, that Ford followed with the T model, which was basically the same car, same model, same features, same color for everybody. Segment marketing is pretty much common today. And what we do in segment marketing is to identify segments with shared needs and preferences. And what we are going to try to do is to address them with a value proposition specifically designed for them. And as explained before, niche marketing could be a small size segment. The last part could be segments of one. And segments of one take place when we address an individual customer and develop a customized value proposition adapted to the specific needs of that customer. This is something that we have to do in a very, very selective way. And actually what we're going to do is targeting high-value customers. And this is, by the way, what you usually find out in B2B markets. And very, very close to this, we have what we call mass customization. This is a growing trend that is happening both in business to consumer and business to business. And what we do is we are enabling the customer to customize the product in the way he likes, according to his own preferences. The classic example of mass customization could be Dell computers. If you go to the Dell website, you will find out you can customize your PC, right? You can decide on the color, on the specs, on the accessories, on the batteries you're going to get, etc. Another very well-known example of mass customization would be the Nike ID proposal. And in the Nike ID proposal, what the customer is doing is actually being able to customize the sneakers he's getting. He's going to pay a premium price for that, but in exchange, he's going to get a pretty unique product. In the end of the day, if you think carefully about mass customization, what we are doing is defining the core product, which is going to be the same for every single customer. And what we're going to provide the customer with is a pool of toppings or add-ons that will make the product unique to any of them.